Yo, 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 welcome in. Vertigo, we said it was going to be a 3-mapper, and it has delivered for us. Two pretty one-sided affairs to make us Vertigoers. And we'll see how this one indeed unravels, but I got a feeling that we're in for an awfully long one here, to be honest, if this series is anything to go off of. Going to be a contact play in towards mid from the T side. Got a molly for bridge. There's Julies up close. They're very ready for this attack to come in. The Julies are flashed out for now. Maybe activated a little bit later, but Peppzor with the flick across says no. Meanwhile, Adgil going to find one through smoke. Dodge with a pretty big one, to be honest. However, it was all a fake out, of course. The bomb's been planted on A. And Eyeballers have got plenty of time to set up a post plant. JW looking to take some long faces. It's going to be on this guy, though. Sapec with the armor. They do indeed have a kit to work with. Great find on the off angle comes in. Like I said, they set themselves up nicely. Dodge then trying to make his way in. He's got the kit. He might get away with this. There is going to be a check that comes in from Sapec, though, to make sure that he absolutely does not. Tap comes in. Headshot doesn't land. The frags just aren't going his way. And our Ozdosh, unfortunately, forced out. JW will take him down, and Eyeballers get the pistol.
Good start. Eyeballers needed us well off the back of what was a less than adequate map number 2. Anubis wasn't their best showing. It wasn't exactly something that we were looking back on with fond eyes, and they need I feel like a fairly decent amount of work over towards Anubis before we can start to look comfortably on that. Vertigo, though, I was taking a look at in between the breaks stats on this map. Both sides play a lot. It's just that both sides also don't have the best sort of win percentage when it comes to it. I mean, I think we only have a 33% win percentage when it comes towards this map, which doesn't fill you with too much hope. Eyeball is a little bit better at 53. All in all, both sides play this a lot. Not always coming away with wins. This could be a very scrappy affair where the other two maps, they were, quite heavily weighted when it came towards the win percentages. The recent last 3 months, we saw some really good work coming out from both of these two sides. Vertigo, not exactly being the easiest of playgrounds. So, hard to call. Very hard to call.
Stadodo on the boost. Oh, he thought the molly was for him, but it wasn't. He maybe could have gotten one from there. He actually manages to find flusha through the legs of his teammate. CZ activated a little bit as well for some good damage. Peppzor with this AK needs to go large. DDias takes him down on that 5-7 though. And they're all so heavily tagged up. They're going to get aggressive into the face of their opponents. The fourth fly looking good. It's just JW. They're everywhere right now. He can't find a kill. He can't buy a kill. On the MP9 somehow gets it done, but it's an AK retrieved by Arozdosh that will take him down. What a wild round coming in for FTW Esports.
Again, right, you looked at that and you're thinking on paper, Eyeballers sitting in a slightly prettier position when we're talking about looking at firepower, but it's just the way that FTW surprise Eyeballers. They just don't expect that level of kind of aggressiveness coming through. A good setup, a little boost for information, and everything just falls flat over towards the A side. Well played from FTW. They've clawed some success out of nothing. Forced Eyeballers to, let's call it a less than adequate buy. I feel like there's still a world in which Tech9s can cause a couple of problems, but it's going to be easier said than done. But it is a full investment for Eyeballers.
Sapec was get found early on. The flash was effective, but they couldn't take down DDias here. JW hiding in the smoke, going to try and give it a go on that Galil. Gets spammed down ever so slightly himself. It's looking to be a thick and fast one. Eyeballers Vertigo. Aggressive so far. Too much success being found. What's going on? JW, there's a man on his head. Stadodo will take him down with a headshot of his own. Jesus, that is certainly not what JW was expecting. I think that's for sure. DDias will get traded out here. It's just going to be flusha left, though, and he's dealt with handily.
Not bad. So, FTW now got a position where they can start to slowly but surely build up a little bit of that CT repertoire. Like we said for Eyeballers, that was a full investment. So it's now left them in this sort of eco position where they cannot afford to bring anything to the table. Even getting util is going to be quite tough. At the very most, maybe one flash if they're going to go for, a quick pop and try and guarantee a bomb plant, but it's asking a lot. FTW distribute them so comfortably, finding themselves up towards, oh my god, look at that nade damage.
Oh, another one incoming. No one around to eat that one, unfortunately, but we got one crunchy nade. They're always nice. Two-man setup, they're ready. Yeah, not a single kill Eyeball as FTW are dealing with the aggression well.
A lot of money getting out into those pockets as well. They're loving life, really are. Upgrade coming through, stadodo up to the AWP with him being the only one really needing to invest or wanting to kind of upgrade and invest because they know that Eyeball is now going to have a buy coming through to try and contest this. But this is looking already similar to the way that Anubis started off, where FTW are not being forced to do anything too overzealous, anything too kind of miraculous to claw rounds in their favor. It's very cool, calm, collected. Yuto doing the bulk of the early damage, and then nice, neat crossfires to give them just those slightest sort of percentage advantages. Liking what I'm seeing. There's flusha. Setting a Molotov will come through to try and clear the close wood position. No one there, of course, to meet them. And I think he'll be met with a Molotov to deny a lot of that control.
Flash round from the CT side to try and gather some information towards ramp. Nothing coming just yet. There's a jump spot from NOPEEj. DDias with the nade. Missing the mark though. It's very, very quiet as they have just kind of cut sound on the Eyeballers side, hoping to work the late round rather than the mid round.
Very quiet though. Trying to play contact over towards yellow. sapec getting tapped. They heard that. They know he's all too well being tagged up. It's just a question of do they want to go aggressive, and thankfully they take a little bit more of a passive approach to step away, but Eyeball is still playing contact here.
NOPEEj though on the deadly angle, so hard to beat this one and so hard to trade into. He will go down quickly, but it's DDias. There it is, in with the 2K. The AWP doesn't quite sing as loud as maybe they wanted it to. Oh, on the retake, the Molotov though, is it going to deny the plant? It won't, but it will kill sapec. So they've got the advantage going into this retake then. Peppzor, up close and personal, had a great first map. In the second. We need him to come alive here for Eyeball to get it done. Smoke goes down onto the bomb. Big frag from Peppzor. He's left very low, but the smoke now works in his favor. A find from stadodo out of nowhere. Going to leave flusha with it all to do in this one. They've got a kit onto the bomb. He's not peeking. He's not taking the bait. The time ticking away. They don't know where he is. He's going to get a catch onto one, and Peppzor, sorry, Arozdosh, his only option is to hold, but flusha takes him down. And that will be another clutch coming in for the big man.
Stepping up. He's done that a couple of times now this series. And that's an important one. That was a full investment coming through from FTW in terms of them upgrading from the MP9 to the AWP. At least stadodo in a little bit of a kind of weird and wonderful position for him in terms of how he wants to play this. Does he take a drop from the likes of a Gil and NOPEEj and try and make something work with that? They've got 6.9k. Or does he himself allow one of them to kind of have a little bit more of a hefty investment with utility? Technically, he can still get dropped an AWP. It's just a question of what would then the person dropping him use? And that's going to be the case. A Gil, pick one up, will drop over maybe stadodo. Oh, he's going to go for the FAMAS. So a full investment for a Gil, but all he can bring to the table is just that FAMAS. So better than nothing. Of course, does mean they have that full investment coming through once again. The kind of shining light, I guess, is that there's no AWP in play over towards Eyeballers. Not scooped up, it's not in the hands of JW. For him, just a Galil, shining support as well with that Mac 10 yet to get on the board as well. 0 kills to his name, so hoping he can find a little bit of form. And I need to. Eyeballers want to contest on towards the T side of Vertigo.
Looking to get aggressive once again on that Eyeballers side of things. No one really giving them the fight, says DDias though off the back of a flash. Like a flash, he's out of there. Meanwhile, stadodo going to go peeking and does get spotted. Molotov then smoked off to make sure that there's absolutely no chance that he's going to be getting involved in this fight. They're looking to crunch on towards the B site. They're so trapped in it middle, though. They don't really know where to go from here. Just quick bursts seems to be the order of the day for Eyeballers, and it's dangerous. I don't know how consistent this can be, especially when they're a man down this early.
That's true. It's very true. How long can they keep this up, right? Either way, numbers in favor of FTW. This Eyeballers contact play that I like to do, liking to take early engagements. I'll put them in too comfortable a position. Harris, Doss, this peak. Might not benefit him. It's a right eye peak to shine. Don't work in his favor. There's one. Can't quite make it a second. Flush quick on the tray, but numbers still benefit out of the CT side. And they're happy once again just to play off the back of trades. I can't lie. This could get very dicey to the backside player. And Gil's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, it does get overwhelmed. Just the distractionary play working effectively. So back into a 3-on-3 here. Stadodo doesn't really know where they're at, doesn't know where to work. They know exactly where he is. DDias, below you. There's a man. Oh, he's not going to be able to find any. He might have had a freebie there, but it escapes his grasp, and they will, by all looks, move to save here. NOPEEj still kind of creeping, but calls it off ultimately. There's nothing coming for him, surely. And Eyeballers will see themselves through to a third.
There we go. Maybe we're kind of, questioning the contact plays and what Eyeballers seem to have as their default, which is kind of, take that first fight and then make a decision. Nearly backfired there, thankfully. Able to step off flusha. Again, another double kill for him. Really having not a bad start at all towards Vertigo. I guess that priority for FTW, just make sure the AWP is in play. Stadodo is having a pretty good performance with it so far. We just need to see now the rest of the team start to find their form as well. NOPEEj being a little bit quiet. Irish Doss, not really called upon all too often. He does play a lot of those support roles, but if he can start finding a little bit of that firepower, maybe there's a world in which something can work. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll be this round. The ability to buy is pretty minimal for FTW, so it will just be upgraded pistols alongside what they've got. And maybe for NOPEEj and Stadodo, it'll be them playing oh so passive and maybe kind of, preemptively saving in a way.
Possible. Oh, USB rings off. Will be forced away. Loads of nades coming in here. Eyeball is not wasting any time making their way in towards this B bomb site, using this as a dry room for one of their B executes. There's a bit of a boost up though, and it is effective. NOPEEj manages to find one. Stadodo's chimed in. Uh-oh. What's happening here then? Bomb's going to go down. 5-7's a little bit late to the fight. JW also going to fall. They are being thwarted by just a saved M4, just a saved AWP. Nothing else to really speak of. And now in a 5-on-2, it doesn't matter about the weaponry. They should have the man and the power to get through this, to be honest. We'll see. They don't have any utility rolling around. If they all line up, it could be disastrous, but they work their way. They split the aim of the AKs. There's not a lot of time left to find this frag. NOPEEj going to try and get aggressive for it. Stadodo has to try and help Power Force in sapec to peek. NOPEEj finds him and just about able to get a defuse in thanks to the saved kit of NOPEEj. You couldn't write it.
Fine margins, but I think what matters most, Scriv, that was just, rookie mistakes coming through from Eyeballers. Again, we're looking at the way in which they set their T side, and it's very reliant on early engagements and trying to, very aggressively overwhelm the CT side, which is, all well and good. But the fact that they don't find any kills and they dump such a whole host of utility to start off that round, it comes right to bite them. When it comes to a post-plant scenario, they can't keep dumping util on the bomb or to kind of give them room to work with, and they're forced into a very awkward 2 versus 5 in a matter of mere moments. Credit to FTW for staying alive in that sort of precarious situation. With one player even had a USPS.
Got the cheeky molly on the way. That little bugged molly through the floor. Eyeballers will be kicking themselves, man. That is a ridiculous round to lose. FTW, I think, going to start running away with this one if they can just break the bank and force an eco out from the T side. Not going to happen in this round, of course. They're once again looking to play aggressive. sapec finds the head of a Rozdosh. Going to overwhelm from bridge as well. A nice little B split that they've got going. There's a lot of players in to try and make this retake happen, but unfortunately just being overwhelmed. Eyeballers, they play the aggressive game pretty well too.
Stadodo, tail between his legs, nothing to do with this. Does he want to, tempt fate by looking over towards the site, having a little poke into some of those pixel peak angles? He's making sure that he's all right. flusha having a little poke around. A Tech 9 would look very nice alongside an AWP. Stadodo's going to start being hunted. Eyeballers know all too well he's in a bit of a rough spot. Uh-oh, Stadodo's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. Bubbled off momentarily, and I find a cracking shot. And that should be enough to keep him alive. No, he'll fall to sapec. He couldn't tuck his head. All he needed to do was just tuck his head down. He would have been all right. Not only the Eyeballers tie up this game, but they find all the kills necessary. And it means that no AWP in play. NOPEEj can technically drop one. But the rest of the team need buys as well. A pause to be called, and you'd expect this coming from FTW. Because they are in a really weird and wonderful position now. Because
Yeah.
Some can buy, but not all.
Yeah, it is a bit strange. Rosdos has like no money at all. Stadodo still kind of rich. Could even go for the glass cannon AWP if you want. I think you could buy it with the chest armor there. So very, very strange, to say the least. They're going to go for it, it would seem. It's going to be an M4 out from Stadodo. What kind of ideas have they got into this round, and what is the game plan for this one? Deagle backed up by another Deagle, maybe a 5-7 and a kit would be nice. Just a little bow on top of the buy and a kit. Ah, he goes for a nade. Okay, so let down on the kit, but ultimately they have put something together that they deem they can work with, and maybe indeed they're going to play a bit more aggressive into this round, a bit more confident off the back of this buy that they have that might come unexpected.
Well, for now, Eyeballs once again will look to take a little bit of early contact. Sapec flying his way, and this is aggressive, but a good supporting flash. Push arrows thrust off, and Agil will fall. So while it's very aggressive, it's working.
It is indeed. It is indeed. Just playing super thick and fast. They've certainly found a hole in the defense on that B-bomb site. They did get embarrassed on it a few rounds ago, but they have found something to work with on this B-bomb site, and they're sticking to it like glue right now. Team kill. Whoopsie daisy. They're just battling to stay alive, aren't they?
Can they? It's the question. Third, at least going to want. Flushing them out on the hunt, who's been pretty successful with them. Before something nothing. Still a quiet man lingering over towards Eyeballers. They're finding success. One individual. Not on his own. Shine 0-8. He's past the old James Bond. This guy starts to find form. Then it actually be very plain sailing for Eyeballers on that T side. Because they're finding some pretty, defined success right now. In what is feeling a little bit like a 4 versus 5. Especially statistically. But if Shine starts to come online, starts to, hit a couple of those shots, we could really see Eyeballers just run away with this T side. Only 5 rounds left to play for, but they can make it a pretty dominant one.
They could indeed. They could indeed. They've been given the opportunity here just because of, the way that these rounds have panned out. It's been very strange, but... and if they didn't lose the silly one in there, we'd be looking at Eyeballers really rolling ahead with this...
True.
This half. So that's certainly something to consider. NOPEEj trying to find an early frag like they did in the previous rounds. The last time they had the 2 save weapons. Not going to happen for them. Stadodo as well has been tagged down so much that he's given his A1S away.
Contact over towards ramp. One Molotov. Sandbag. Dias been spotted, dinked, and Stadodo dropped. Dias will forward in the same fashion. That boost costing them their lives.
Yep, certainly looks to be the case here. Shine going to get the bomb down. I suppose he's good for at least that, right? That's a little bit harsh. I've definitely rung him out for no reason. But
no, I respect it. I respect it.
you gotta call him out a little bit, right?
Say it with the chest, fella.
Yeah. Either way, Eyeball is moving up to 6 here. Shine just chilling, and indeed NOPEEj just chilling, holding on to this A1S.
Yeah, that's it. Indeed. Agil. A little poke around, see if he can get anything. Aristos on the way out will be dropped. JW knew that was coming all day of the week. There we go. Bomb goes off. NOPEEj keeping all the M4 A1S. Agil couldn't find anything to scoop up on the way out. But it doesn't matter all too much. Eyeballers, though. Well, I think you can safely say it didn't start too well. Generally, what we're seeing so far over towards that T side actually is pretty positive. I think it's a lot to actually like from them, setting up the foundations around what is a decent map number 3. We said that both sides, stats don't favor them, but they're a little bit more kind of, positive over towards Eyeballers, and it's now showing, And Manny likes to delve in towards the numbers. Right now, Eyeballers showing why they have a good little decent percentage in the last few months at the very least, at times, on this map, especially against some fairly adequate opponents too. So, will this continue is the question. DDias wanted to poke his head round. and pretty smartly decides not to. Uh-oh.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, they are on him like a car bonnet, though. Absolutely steamrolling in towards the same bomb site. They'd also kind of gambled more of a mid-hold as well on the FTW side, but Eyeballers, they seem to have found the timings. They seem to have found the way that, you know, with no ramp aggression, they can just make their way in relatively scot-free, and they definitely do in this round. They're going to force a save straight out of FTW. Nothing else to add.
The fact that they're so consistently as well, forcing FTW to just fall away. I mean, with so little attempt, right? It kind of just shows the lack of confidence over towards the CT side. They just don't want to give this a go at all right now. I mean, you can understand why in some sense. It's definitely not been a consistently confident performance overall, but yeah, you can see how this is really starting to affect them quite considerably. 7-4, lead extended to 3 rounds. Eyeballers 1 away from guaranteeing a lead as well at the halfway point. And so deservedly right now. These last 3, 4, 5 rounds have been a real good showing of what Eyeballers can bring on their T side. When they set the tempo, when they're the ones dictating the pace of the game, FTW just cannot sing along to that sort of tune. They cannot keep in that conversation at all.
All right, let's see. Another solid one coming in for FTW. Should be able to fight back into this round. Ultimately looking for it. Diaz going to be down onto 10 HP already. Big nade tag. Not quite sure either way. It is not a good look. That nade is massive. They're going for the A-burst once again in this round. Trying to not give the game away. NOPEEj playing on that aggressive angle. Just usual utility coming in from Eyeballers here. Hoping, praying that they find that early pickup that they so desperately desire as a team that functions off of them so well. They're going to be tagged down pretty low. These A1Ss could chew through them if they're not careful. So the executing towards that A-bomb site has to be pretty damn clean. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well-timed flash here could make all the difference. In it comes. It's going to blind up so many of them. They've been forced forwards by the Molotov as well. Good finds come through. 3-on-2. Sapec. Good for 1. Traded out. It's just going to be flusha left lane against 2. Plays around the sandbag angle. Nice to make it a 1v1 against a Rostovche. He's a little bit low, to be honest with you. Not the best look, but he's close to the action. Might be able to find flusha moving back. The crouch peek from flusha, though, is strong, and that is a massive clutch coming in once again from flusha.
Another clutch and another 2K. While flusha may not be running away in terms of the numbers on his side, the kills he has found, that is, you know, his 3rd clutch where he walked away with 2 kills. That alone is showing, you know, its worth, its impact in gold. What a performance. What a play so far we've seen from him. And Eyeballers lock themselves into a lead at the halfway mark. Brilliant stuff coming through. FTW, they just cannot buy around at the moment. Nothing is going in their favor, and it continues to do so as Peppzor will open things up. Agil falling early. That's all that mid control starting to be gained by Eyeballers.
Yeah, they do so well when they're put in these scenarios as well. You know, give them an early frag, put them a man up. They have the absolute run of the show at the moment. Stadodo down below, not ready at all for the boost up. It's going to be another frag that comes in. Flusha catches a Rojdosh, getting a little aggressive. The name I can't say. It does not roll off my tongue very well. I can't lie to you, but he's going to keep falling. JW with a lurk presence here. Should have a freebie. Yeah. Oh, looking for the knife. It's right here. No!
What are you doing, JW?
Oh, we denied. What's going on? I think the knife's perfectly fine, but Diaz moved to save. And there he was. Surprise.
Oh, that's a bit of an error. I don't think, of course, it will make any effect around, but JW, he'll be a little bit red-faced right now. Slightly embarrassed off the back of that one. But, yeah, like we said, is he going to make an effect around? No, not at all. So, FTW, can they save? Shine, other ideas. As you make it 2 on the way out. We've been calling upon Shine to find some form and to start to kind of get his name in the highlight reel a little bit. There we go. Slowly but surely, making his way there. But there still is quite a lot more from Eyeballers, I think. I feel like they haven't even really delved into the strat book all too deep. Like we were saying earlier, it kind of feels like for the vast majority of these rounds, it's been a lot of you know, just contact plays coming through from the T side where they're not really forced to pull off any sort of set strats or any sort of defaults, to be perfectly honest. Take contact, take a fight, win the 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah, they love those 50-50s for sure. The individuals, you know, again, firing on all cylinders. Shine has been quiet, but the rest of the team has really been carrying the weight here. Great timing from sapec. Will be traded. They could be happy with that, particularly in a round like this. It's that half buy coming in. Can be hard for the CT side to hold on to map control. NOPEEj going to get a flash in, but while blind, JW finds him. Oh, that is rough. That is so rough. The Deagle going to give it his best try here as well, but can't get it done. JW runs out of ammo. He knows where the last player is, though. He knows Agil is in towards the elevators. Take him down, boys. Wow. Quick shot round the corner. Any more of those, please? We've got an AK in hand now. Going to catch one with the bomb out, but flusha finds him, and that's the double digits hit for Eyeballers.
I'll give Aquila's credit, though. It's not a bad shot by any means. We take those. We take those. FTW need to be taking some rounds, though. He still is definitely not a comfortable position to be in at all. Double digits collected, as we were sort of alluding to, and now, I mean, Eyeball is sitting so pretty, so comfy. FTW, can they find 5 at the turn of the half? Can they make this, you know, alleviate a little bit of this pressure as best they can? So much more needed. We're asking for a bit of a miracle right now, it seems.
Early flash in for sapec, ineffective. Stadodo will take him down. Good start. Feels like the first time in forever that they've managed to find, you know, something off the back of their own aggressive plays.
Yeah.
DDias is going to keep it up, though. JW's got the angle on him. Finds his head. And a big trade back comes through. Did they need to go for that? Difficult to say. Difficult to say. They wanted to get aggressive into A, get the control of ramp, and only play a few on B, but it comes back to bite them.
Spraying through the smoke. It's no avail. Peppzor, he waits and it bides his time. He actually could catch one in rotation. Little does he know, he's in behind the back lines. Stadodo hasn't seen him cross, and it could cost his life as they wrap round through. What does Peppzor do? There it is. Shine will find one. Peppzor still alive as well, and for support too. This is a great little setup. As Shine continues to cause such problems, but it falls to the hands of NOPEEj.
Definitely on here for this retake. Definitely on. Couple nades to work with. Peppzor pretty low. If one of them lands well, he will be hitting the deck. Let's see, they've got plenty of utility to work it in. They're going to try and get the retake utility down as best they possibly can. JW's close to the action, though, using the smoke to his advantage. Flash comes in. None of them are going to be blinded up by it. Here's JW. Can't find the player. He will eventually get him off it. Just going to be a oh gosh, there's no time. There's no time. JW just needs to stay alive and really run rampant here. Got the knife out, got the deagle out to finish him off. And the 11-4 comes in. Clean stuff from Eyeballers there on the T side of Ancient. Can they close it out in half 2? Find out. Second half firmly underway. FTW only on the 4 rounds. They need all the rounds from here. I can't paint a good picture for them because Eyeballers really, you know, it looked like they were struggling early on, but all of a sudden they turned a crank and took that dial up to 11, got the steam pumping. Let's see, can they keep it up on that CT side? That's the big question.
Well, this is an interesting setup at T side. They're sort of very much expecting a big flank to come through. So far, Eyeballers are more than happy just to park up on site. See top left. Triple stack over towards B, one towards mid, quick in rotation. And the bomb flies towards A. All the noise being heard, and surely they'll beckon over a rotation. You can see them as quickly as they can scurrying over.
Yeah, will it be enough though? I mean, they're quite far away from this. Flusha's got himself a full belt of retake utility to roll with. Is he close enough to get his molly down? Not really. So yeah, they've been firmly fought off against this. There's another smoke to go down as well once they've got site control. This is looking very, very good. Flusha's just waiting for the mark. Waiting for the opportunity. Double nade. Nearly takes out sapec. Flash as well to try and find him. He will go down. The first one to fall. Blood drawn by FTW. Flash comes round. They need to get someone on the bomb. The frags are going the way of the Eyeballers. There's a player in the form of Erosdos on top of the bomb with his knife out. Takes out the defuser. There's not a lot of time left here to find him. He's actually creating space, creating kills. It was looking good for a second. They're going to find all the frags, but they do not have enough time to get the defuse in. Oh, so unlucky. There was a player on top of the bomb, blocked the guy trying to defuse. I think that's what made the difference there.
Yeah, it was scrappy, messy, and weird. But I think for FTW, right now, they will take anything. They are not complaining at all. Because, you know, in those sort of weird situations, for them to come on top, they'll take it. Absolutely. And now we can start, you know, slowly and surely starting to have a look a little bit further and further to see how things pan out. Can they start to build on a little bit of like success and see if they can make that work in their favor? FTW, that's lovely bar for them. Eyeballers, full eco, full save. But a Zeus in play, will they get anything?
What?
No.
Oh! Rob. Love a good Zeus. We rarely get them, as it is a useless weapon. But the MAC-10, anything but useless in this one. Making mincemeat out of them, getting a lot of cash. Stadodo with 2 kills on that MAC-10 already. Looking for a third. DDias as well. Could also chime in. They've got to know that Flush is somewhere around here. He's always wanting a piece of the action. However it comes. Past him a little bit. He will get checked, however. And Stadodo, there you go. 3 on the MAC-10. Really bolsters the economy of the personal player at the very least. FTW going to have to fend off against the buy then. What is their game plan?
True. You know, what's the plan coming through here? You know, Eyeballers already at 11-4 half. It's pretty substantial. I looked up the stats in the break. You know, I love my numbers, Scriv, and I love to quiz you. So, once again, I ask you, 11-4, what do you think the percentage of is that Eyeballers see that off? From 11-4 T side?
85.
Pretty close. It's actually 90%, though. And that's surprising how high that is. I mean, obviously, 11-4 is pretty one-sided, but 90%. Eyeballers, safe to say, odds are very much in their favor right now. FTW, can they be part of the 10% to get back into this? Molotov coming towards Wood. Parish does. Not hearing too much right now as Flusha will just fall back over towards default.
MP9 at this range, not really ideal.
True.
Interesting that he goes for the MP9, I suppose. Didn't really have the cash available to get much else. Maybe wanting all that utility as a B player. Either way. Very, very quiet here from FTW. They are just trying to get some of that utility, squeeze it out of Eyeballers. Certainly would be the move, but they are slowly trying to just regain some control towards the bottom end of the ramp area. If they pick the speed, though, they'll go nice and fast. JW are going to find the first. They've immediately kind of called it off. They're all very split. I'm not really sure. Feels a bit messy here from FTW. They think they have an in towards the B-bomb side, but Flush has still got himself a Molotov to work with.
There's that util. Oh. Flush has had a little bit of bad luck when it comes toward mollies. Damage being dealt, though. Irish does. Low HP, no HP. MP9 at range, we questioned it, and we should never question the king. Stepping up, and all picked up as well. Okay, flusha. This guy continues to have such great impact when it matters most. As Eyeballers double the rounds of FTW and a pause called by the T side to discuss what do we do now. Everything fell flat against what was, you know, a full investment by Eyeballers, but definitely not a conclusive buy. You know, across the board, firepower wasn't exactly evenly matched. Fair play. And now we're in a position where once again we have to take a look at this and think for FTW, you know, have they tried everything that they've got to offer? You know, is this now just a case in point of Eyeballers seeing off what has been so far quite a comfortable map number 3?
All right, another timeout going to be taken then. We are really winding the clock on this one. Eyeballers, I think, want to shore up their position as best they possibly can. And you would have to agree with them on that sentiment. But all the same, it's a difficult spot to be in. I think FTW, you know, a couple of rifle rounds in a row from them would have been required to make us believe, but Eyeballers immediately getting on the board pretty handily as well. It's not a good look. Play will resume. And Eyeballers have the control now. They always like to play from this forward-facing position, and FTW have given them that quite early.
Well, pause is done. Number 19 begins. Of course, the investment coming through. Unfortunately for Dias, all he can invest into is just that PT50 drop coming through. And opting kind of just essentially be a bit of a mule when it comes towards maybe a bit of a cannon for the player, right? Get information, do what he can. JW started the round tagged. FTW, this is a must convert. It kind of feels like they've got, what, max 2 full buys left in them. If things continue on this sort of trajectory, they've got to find one of them here.
Looking towards mid. It's going to be Peppzor on the hold. And he could get timed on if he's not careful. In come the nades, though, to just kind of give the game away. He's going to dish one down onto Agile. Very nice nade as well. The contact return and the bomb being dropped is super effective from the side of Eyeballers. They are a little encroached. They are a little crunched. However, and Diaz going to find a pretty big frag with his B2. They still have this bomb to play with. Agile, though, on the pre-fire makes it happen. He shines around, but he can't really do too much. Flashed off. Bomb really goes down. He might just give it. Shine does manage to find one, though. That's beckoning them into the bomb site. Yorp, not the best weaponry to work with, but Shine fancies his chances. They've got so many rounds. They do have the cash available. JW, though, so far away from the action, being scared off. Let's see. Dias on a P250. Is it really going to be enough? Half HP back end spotted. Hello, someone got to call it for him. Shine just totally tunneled in, and no one watching his POV, apparently. And that will seal the deal. That's going to be, whoa, a nice shot from JW, but a 7th for FTW.
Yeah, you know, nice that he's getting a couple of picks on the way out. But FTW, we said they had to find some success. They had to start, you know, delivering here and now because they don't have too many opportunities to do so. Thankfully, they've done exactly that. 7 collected. So, still life between the eyes. A little double coming through as well from Irish Stars in a position now where we can start to look at this a little bit more comfortably. Eyeballers. I guess fortunately for them, they do have the ability to full buy in. flusha just going for the MP9, despite being able to pick up an M4. I mean, you know, I questioned the MP9 earlier and he got 2 kills there, so maybe I shouldn't. But even still, a little bit rogue. Well, we flashed in, no one spotted over towards lower stairs, so they can start to have a little bit more of a heavy lead back over towards ramp.
Yeah, looking that way, they're very ready for this hit that's coming in. They're actually giving a lot of space across. But we'll see. They look set to maybe go for a little mini retake. They'll have their way. FTW very quickly just thwarted and scared off. Sapec above the smoke looking for some toes. None of them coming his way, unfortunately. FTW, they love a methodical kind of slow round. I just don't know if it's the wave. Eyeballers, you know, their individuals really thrive on being able to control the fight, and the longer you go on, the easier it becomes for the CT side. You see that with Sapec chiming in the perfect time to just kind of prove my point. going to go bursting through on towards the G-bomb site, though. Flusha at the back end of the site. Flash has come round for him. He's got Peppzor in support, just trying to bait him into Peppzor's peak. The flash doesn't get him, but the turn away is effective enough. Shine with a big one through the smoke. That might just be the frag that they need. Agile going to pick up JW, though. Pretty big find from him. The MP9 to track him down. Close and personal. Looking for a few more. Shine and Flusha left to do it all. Then stadodo could find them. They're on such low HP. Barely making 100 between the two of them. He gets the first, but the trade is solid. And that'll be the 13th for Eyeballers.
It's a great trade. A great trade. A great round from Eyeballers. Just playing off contact. Happy to give up the space, the bomb plant, the site up towards FTW because they know they can rely on numbers. And like I said, I question Flush when it comes to the MP9, but he makes it work. A couple of kills under his belt. He doesn't need the upgrade, apparently. Doesn't need it at all. This time, of course, we'll be wielding... Well, had the 8 dropped it over, so... Oh, okay. No questions asked. Goes back to the MP9. If in doubt, whack it out. You know, get the MP9 up and running. He's happy to do so. I quite like the selflessness of Flusher as well. You know, dropping M4s and AKs all over the shop. And happy just to wield on towards the MP9, but he's making it look pretty good.
Yeah. I think he's definitely figured something out towards that sort of back 90 position on B. Playing a very similar position every time, though, so... Could become predictable if he's not careful. It doesn't seem like FTW have really figured him out, and he continues, you know, even in the previous round. He didn't find many kills, but just him being annoying was enough to draw attention away. Exactly what you want from it. Shine and JW looking to hold down middle here. Shine trying to get away. Sapec going to fall. They've gone for the mid crunch, and it's found great success. stadodo with 2 on the Tech 9. How's he managed to pull that off? The bomb gets dropped by Shine. This could be everything. Continues to push. FTW with a fast round. They don't really know where to look themselves. stadodo holding the off angle and having a round. Just JW then. He vaguely knows where the bomb is. That's about all he's got working for him. They'll make a step behind him. stadodo just spotting him a little bit, but not going to clear him properly. And JW gives him the space. He's hoping he can get himself 1 or 2 more. It's not going to happen for him, so he has to fight this 1v3. But he can control the fights a little bit. Just needs to get him away. NOPEEj. Oh, off to the left gets him, and that'll be a big round 1 from FTW.
Well, FTW still alive. With deficit to 5 rounds, like we were saying, we were kind of already making conversations about FTW having, you know, a limited number of full buys left in this game. There's a limited amount of full buys between Eyeballers and FTW catching up to them, so there's still life there. Both of the first 2 maps were pretty one-sided. 16-6 in favor of Eyeballers on their pick of Overpass. FTW answered right back with 16-9. And now, we look at this one, and so far it's following the same trajectory. There's still life in FTW. They're hunting for double digits. And they want to start breathing down the neck of Eyeballers and really starting to kind of shift the pressure back over their side. Aristosh doesn't clear the close player. This could be a freebie. An AK in the hands of Flush. Who's he to first? It's Aristosh. Sweet rice with a sweet kill.
Peppzor on the Deagle, trying to find a head. Not going to happen for him. stadodo has certainly woken up in the past few rounds, that's for sure. Nice. Fine coming through from him. Shine also dealt with. Looking good here. All the shots landing. All the Deagles being beat. So it will be extended play for a little while from FTW. Question is, can they close the gap? I'm not too sure. Still got a bit of work to do before they start convincing me. That is the least what I can say.
I mean, realistically, right, all it takes is a couple of hiccups and Eyeballers will see off the map, but there's still life there. For FTW, they're starting to find form and consistency as well, which is the scary factor. Is he trying to pick up the smoke? I think he is. I think he's going to struggle, man. I don't think he'll get... Oh, maybe. He's trying to shoot it out, but it's just stuck. It's just in no man's land. It's in the black hole that is by his stairs. So he'll just have his fun with it. Aristotle is the one who started the round off. JW will fall on the other side of the site. So a little bit more money over, towards the FTW side. But they're actually, they're swimming in cash right now. So they're happy to kind of continue to wield the Mac 10. Of course, for Eyeballers, it is just that low buy / no buy. more or less means that kind of FTW are guaranteed themselves up towards double digits. So the game's on here. For the first time, we've actually had a competitive map where both sides have a chance of taking it.
Yeah, very true. FTW have wrestled their way back in on this T side, but still a bit more work to be done before we're fully convinced. At the end of the day, JW looking for the catch. It's not going to come. Agil's got his man covered and covered soundly. Oh, Shine runs out of ammo, I think, at the tail end of his USP there. Yeah. Not able to turn that kill through. It will be number 10 for FTW quite easily.
Well, game's on. Thankfully, of course, Eyeballers have the ability to invest back in towards this round, but game is most definitely on right now. FTW, they're looking unstoppable right now. And this is where things start to look all the more interesting. At the moment, I gotta say, I'm leaning in favor of potentially this being tied up. We could even see this go the full distance for the first time. I actually have a close game. You call this coming in towards this final map script. You said there was a possibility of this being a close affair, and right now it's looking exactly that. Eyeballers seem to have lost their way. And once again, DDias, oh, it's so easy for him. That is so crisp.
I want to say this is a map that goes way back for FTW. I think they found a lot of success on Vertigo at conference, if my, mind isn't failing me, my memory isn't failing me. So I feel like they're a little bit hidden OP so far on this T side, and that's definitely the trend. Just super clean entries. Eyeball is playing into the aggressive kind of style, and it's working very well for FTW. They are able to just take it back to basics and play the group-based T side that Vertigo is known for, and it really is effective.
It's working. It's working. We were kind of talking about Eyeballers and generally how this side like to play that kind of contact style. Oh, yes, Jesus Christ. He is being so crisp this round. Everything's headshots. Lightning fast. Will flusha find one on the way out? He might actually get an exit kill here. Potentially an upgrade coming through. Does he? Is the question.
What?
Oh, they're jumping in his way. He's actually not going to swing. He wants to keep hold of the MP9. He's got utility alongside it as well. Now, I don't mind that call, but generally right now, this is looking really good for FTW. I honestly think we can see we can see kind of this going to be a 13-all. I mean, Eyeballers just don't have the money to work with. Haven't got too much full buys left in them, so it's getting messy.
Alrighty, this is not looking too good for Eyeballers then. The gap is closing and closing fast. Really start to worry for them. FTW not quite sure what they're up against, playing a little safer. It looks like they're just kind of cutting noise, making it seem like there's only one towards this B-bomb site, and then they're going to burst through. Sapec, it's about to get a flash. I think it might be more of a contact flash, though. Either way, it's a B play. And the pistols are not really set up for a B play. They're fully set up and fully sold on an A play, and DDias is just going to keep them here at the end of the day. And they'll start to hear the utility coming towards B. We'll see what happens. There's a flash to kind of slow them down. Maybe a Molotov as well to split them up. See if anything can be found. Peppzor tagged down very low. Doesn't find a frag. Not going to get taken down either. This is a weird sort of game state that we find ourselves in here, folks. The MP9 hoping to just make some money. They're going to try and burst all these players around the corner in just a second once the utility comes down. They're all so ready to go. Quick flash comes in. A Rostov's going to be the first to fall, but a bloodbath ensues of the AKs. Looking too strong, and they will indeed mow them all down, bringing it within one. Absolutely ridiculous scenes.
What a comeback. I mean, the deficit was built up at, what, 6 rounds at one point? Yeah, it was 12-6, I'm pretty sure, in favor of Eyeballers. Look how the mighty have fallen. What a capitulation by Eyeballers. And they're to lose this map. They'll look back at it and, they'll be in disarray. We're kind of already, looking at statistics and delving into the details and saying how, I think at one point there's something ridiculous, like, a 90-odd% chance of seeing off the map. And FTW, they have just found this second wind. And now cruising to tying up this game. Yes, full buy comes out for Eyeballers. This time, no MP9 in play for flusha. Upgraded to the A4. JW's all hoping to find some early success.
Loud play coming in at the top of the ramp. JW going to get melted down. That'll A, be heard, and B, obviously confirm that some damage has been taken for the win. Putting the brakes on at this one. Parking up. They know the position that they're in, but they know how precarious it can seem. Arozdosh going to go for a play that we've not really seen too much. Tries to get aggressive over on B on the headshot angle. Doesn't find anything for it. Meanwhile, just walking through mid here. flusha is trying to call upon an assistance from Peppzor. Molotov going to go down. A quick read from flusha to just split them apart. That's going to be the bomb drop at the feet of the Swedes. Almost too good to be true. Stadodo picks up JW, but they've got a bit more work to do than that. Arozdosh with a big one onto Peppzor, and somehow they've let this slip away. Now only two remain in the form of flusha and sapec, but they're in the right place at the right time, and they've brought it back. The jaws of defeat have been kicked through, and all of a sudden it's a 2 versus 1. Just Stadodo left to go, and we'll see what he can find.
It's asking a lot of him. Does he consider? Does he clear? Oh, that's a lovely shot from Stadodo. 28 kills to his name. Needing a quad clutch. Tapping, not sticking, looking for the kill. And sapec will walk around Jen. And he'll just about find the kill. Fine margins. A risk from Stadodo not to stick the plant. But my God, that only cost them. Very nearly cost them. 14 to 12 though. Eyeballers find some form once again. They're still alive. We haven't seen them find a round in what seems like ages. Funnier than exactly that, of course. It's not going to be too much skin off the back of FTW in terms of a buy. Able to reinvest again. No problems asked. They've got a very healthy financial state over there. Just a case of that. They don't have too many opportunities to buy, to be perfectly honest. They probably won't struggle in terms of economy. They need to make sure that they can chip away the deficit.
flusha trying to play aggressive. Good nade about to land, but Arozdosh gets the hell out of dodge. Very important round here. Arguably a harder one to win as well. JW going to give the first frag away. That is a big one. FTW will be counting their lucky stars. That JW just gets ever so slightly cheeky. He's been playing well. He's not had the AWP in his hands as much as he would like, and maybe that's why he's kind of restless, taking faces like that.
At the moment, this is difficult for eyeballers. Triple stack over towards ramp. Looking to make a bit of contact here as that smoke starts to fade. Stadodo, bomb in hand, waiting for it.
Go. Aggression coming in. sapec going to be the first one to strike. Peppzor's got to use his teammate as a distraction. Doesn't quite pull it off. There is a player in towards the sandbags that they might not expect. Might go overlooked. Molotov going to come in though, forcing Shine to peek. He's good for one, not quite the second. It's just escaping it ever so slightly. The flash round is almost too good. Meanwhile, just flusha on the MP9. You know, it's not out of the question that he gets it done. It might just be the perfect weapon. They're so low. They're so low. He gets blinded up. He runs out of the ammo. Somehow still alive. How does flusha get back in for the fight to find 15 for eyeballers? You've got to be joking. There's no way the MP9 merchant steals away an unlosable round.
This is looking like the UMP back in like 2015 in the hands of like Nico or like Get Right or Forest way back when. They make this look so easy. How is flusha making the MP9 look as good as this? My MP9 doesn't do this. At least I can say, you know, I can see similarities between a couple of my taps between, you know, the AWP or the AK or the M4, but my MP9 is definitely not doing what flusha's is.
And he's back on it.
Oh, of course he is.
Drops
of course.
an M4. And Peppzor's like, you know what? I want some of that action. Give me an MP9 stat. So Shine. All right. It's not the best buy coming out from eyeballers, but this is the series point that they had wished for a long time.
Oh, the pause is concluded. A 3-round lead eyeballers hold, but they only need one more to see off the map. And of course, the series and knock FTW out of ESL Challenger League Season 44. A lot on the line. FTW quite literally fighting for their life.
Spam through. Got to be careful here. The AWP is trained on those angles. sapec gets another smoke down, looking to maybe get cheeky with it, but just going to play things safe. But JW once again on an aggressive angle. He's liking the aggressive peaks at the moment, but they just need to be careful. Last round, they really gave it away in such big fashion. Meanwhile, flusha goes flying in with his MP9. He loses his teammate, and it's a bit of a battle, but he will take down a Rozgosh. Now has to be careful to try and stay alive. His contact flash, is it good enough? Not quite. NOPEEj will take him out. That's a man advantage that comes through for FTW.
MP9 still alive, though. May not be in flusha's hands, but it's still alive. So there's a world. Damage dealt on towards NOPEEj. You feel like maybe something can work from this. The bomb rotating back over towards the 8 sites. Pop shot coming through as well. stadodo. Be giving away the rules as well. I think they wanted to play kind of slow contact. I don't know if he meant to shoot there, but we'll see. Anyway, utility comes through. Now things slowly but surely start to face up over towards the A side. There's the MP9 though.
Well, they do have the MP9. It's chimed in on the other side of the map, so we'll see what can get done. stadodo going to find one up close. It's sapec this time around, trying to be the hero, bringing it all down to stadodo to save the game. sapec turns away from the flash, turns back in for the fight, and will get it done. 2-1, 16-12. Goodness me, what a barn burner on the third map, though. Gracious, what was that from flusha? Honestly, I'm still reeling.
What a game, first of all. I mean, both sides really had their moments, but that map 3, that was an accumulation of the best from both of them, right? They really kind of threw, 110% into it. It was everything they had in the locker. The entire kitchen sink was